more or less like a more interactive session actually. So it's going to be like we are going to check about what is your expectation and what we are going to teach inside our trainings, and what are the concepts. I've been a corporate trainer and it's around like maybe not 6 actually, so it's become like around 8 years actually, close to 8 years. So I've been like doing an online and offline trainings quite lately, and also corporate trainings as well to a bunch of folks in IT industries as well. So that's around like 8 years I have it experience. And just to let you make comfortable, so can you ping in our chat, like say, uh, like how much years of experience you have, because I can see all the names available. So I don't think so the name would be required. So just if you can ping your uh, what is the domain that you work, and how many years of experience, so it should be fine. So let's just have a quick few seconds on that, so that I will also know what type of audience we are into. Yeah. So maybe a quick 30 seconds intro should be fine. Yeah. So whoever is possible to give an input, so please. So we'll just have a 30-second. Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting. Railway domain in 8 years. Yeah. Thank you. And manual tester looking for Cypress automation, telecom 3+ years. Okay. That's great. 2 years manual and 1 year automation. Thank you. Okay. So I'm working in production as maintenance engineer. Okay. Okay. So I think like Chetan, you would like to move towards an IT or already in an IT, if I'm not wrong. Right, testing. Okay. Hi, my name is Subhash. I'm 7 years experience for manual testing, CMS domain automation. Okay, that's interesting as well. 4 years. Yep. Thanks for the quick intro, guys. Yeah. So I see like there is a mixture of maybe mostly like 3+ years of experience, and already either you're into like automation. So if you're already into an automation, uh, like may I know the tool that you worked into? Maybe it's like Selenium or something different. Seeing a little bit on robot framework. Yes. Okay. So robot is a good framework actually. Yeah. Thank you. Yep. Selenium, Cypress. Okay. I think Ajay is already into Cypress. Okay. Yep. Fine actually. Okay. So what, maybe just a question to Ajay actually. So already you're working in Cyprus. What made you to come to this session actually? May I know the interest of you? Maybe you can list it out as a bullet points, or you can unmute yourself as well. So whichever you feel comfortable with. Okay. So just to learn in deep. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay. So, yep. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for attending. And I see a lot of manual testing as well. That's good to see actually. Okay. So how many of you has gone through the link that I've sent in like a previous day? I think like yesterday or day before yesterday. So if you get a chance to go through it, you would have seen like say what is the trends that is going about actually, because quite recently there are three tools in an industry which is quite famous actually, I would say. So out of which like one, everybody you would have known it, it's like a Selenium. So that's the best, or I would say some 5 years back it is the best automation tool, and there was no competitor for Selenium when it compares to the open source tool, and the only competitor that it was having is QTP or your UFT. But now, so QTP UFT has gone a bit a step back, and your Cypress and Playwright has dominated the automation world. Okay, so that's the sad truth actually. So whatever Selenium had a shortcoming, So your Cypress or your Playwright came along with those shortcoming, and people started to adapt it. So another question to you, like how many of you has heard about a framework called Jasmine? Maybe you can ping a yes or no on the chat. No. Okay. No. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. So Jasmine was the first automation tool which was which formed the crux of Cypress, I would say, because Jasmine was the first automation tool, or if I could rephrase it, maybe a protractor if somebody would have seen it by any chance. So protractor, actually, protractor automation tool. Yeah. Okay. So did anyone heard about protractor by any chance? Maybe if you're around like 8+ years of experience, you might have been encountered this one, because when I was in India, like most of the companies were using protractor actually, but nowadays this protractor and Jasmine on a combination only, we call it as a Cypress. So that's a little background on your Cypress, because Cypress was developed for basically an Angular based application, I would say, and it is a derivation of your uh, for automating Angular is application. Yes, exactly, Vikram. Yes, yes. So Angular is a particular framework. It's a UI framework, UI based framework where they develop the web applications. So when you try to build a web application, you need a particular framework. So Angular is a framework, and the next one would be a React actually. So Angular and React both are, like, say, I would say Angular was developed by npm, so node version of it actually, so node version of UI development. And React, as you know, like most of you would have been using your facebook.com, right? So React is like developed by your Facebook profile. Okay, so now what happens over here is, like, say, all these frameworks needed a particular automation tool, because what happened is, like, say, when you go to any of your automation sorry, any of your websites, like, say, let me go to my facebook.com. Okay, and let's try to inspect it. So when I say inspect, just right click on this email field and do an inspect over here. You can see a lot of items listed over here, as you can see it. So these are nothing but DOM structure, we would tell actually. And sometimes what happened is, like, say, quite recently you might have seen like some things like, say, ng hyphen, let me see where it is getting highlighted, I'm not sure, just a moment. Yeah, so over here. Okay, not this one, I'm sorry. Okay, so most probably if you see any of the Angular or React application, so this is a React application, Facebook. Okay, so if you see, so mostly their element way of defining these text box called email address or your password will be quite different, which a Selenium can still handle, but there are certain advantages which Cypress holds, which makes it more reliable than Selenium. Okay, so that's the thing. So basically, what I'm coming to tell about over here is, like, in this point, so whenever they build an application, so the respective automation tool also needs to be updated. So in our case, we have something called a Selenium, which is already existing as a legacy tool. So any of your tools that you need to use it, uh, like, basically it needs to be updated. It doesn't voice is not clearly audible sometimes. Am I the only one? So maybe it's clear for us, clear for us. Voice is okay, 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 okay. So it's clear as well. Maybe Shilpa, can you just try to rejoin actually? So sometimes maybe an internet connection might be an issue. Yeah. So if you could rejoin it, it will be helpful actually. Yeah. Okay. So sometimes the automation tool also needs to be upgraded to enhance the features that are available in the latest technologies. So that is the reason, like say, when they built the Angular application, they started off with something called your automation tool called Cypress. So Cypress is nothing but basically it is the first preference of Cypress would be used to automate an Angular application or a React based application, or we can call it as a whenever there is an application as a single page module. That means where there is no new tabs or new windows available, so it was used to automate the particular application. So that's wherein, like say, Angular or React application came into picture, and they developed this particular automation tool, which we call it as your Cypress. And Cypress has an official link actually, so they have an official forum and stuff. So this is the official link for your Cypress. So I think most of you would have seen it. So it has its own studio as well, actually, to name it. So it has its own studio. So you can install the studio as well, but you can also have, like say, uh, Visual Studio Code as well. So both is feasible, but both works as it is an expected one. Okay, so this is a company's like Cypress as a company's page, and if you ask me like whether Cypress is an open source or not, basically certain features are uh, not free of cost. Okay, so why it's not free of cost is like say, so basically Cypress, like on the whole, if you see, it's free of cost. Okay, you can see it's a $0, but when you start to use their features, and if you want to use their cloud automation, so then there is a cost available for it. So that starts with $67 and it goes up to, like say, whatever you want to do a customization is about. Okay, so that means, like say, you want a cloud in the sense, like nowadays cloud has become a very fancy word. So all the data as they store it, it will be available over there. Okay, so you run your test case, there is some analytics as well, quite a good dashboard available of it. So but all these items, like when you pay only, you get it up, but if you don't pay it, again there is a lot of features available, lot of plugins available where you can analyze it up. So it's not going to be, like say, only the part which is available for analysis is the cost. We also have other cost as well, like say GitLab, GitHub, Jira integration, Teams integration, all these things are available. So those are at certain times there is a cost available for it. So that is how basically it works. And Cypress is basically, it's like a very good tool when we see. Okay, so let's take up one more question. Can it be used for automating desktop application? Yeah, it's a good question, Sanjeev. Yes. So it has a limitation actually. So only your web application can be automated. So your desktop application cannot be automated. Okay. So that's one of your limitations. Yes. So so far the desktop application, still we have, like say, QTP or UFT running. So mostly all your desktops are run under like an automation tool called UFT. So that's the latest version. Okay. So sadly, like still there is no automation tool for your desktop application. But there are few other things actually like run and other stuffs actually. Tosca and stuff, they can still automate it. Yeah, but for web application, when you see it up, like we have these three players available in industry: Cypress, Selenium, and Playwright. So they do it up. And for API automation, yes, Cypress can very well be used for your API automation as well. Yes, both REST and your SOAP. Yes, yes, it can be automated.
So
Yes. So
just
this
a
is
doubt.
yeah. Yes, please.
I missed your voice in middle. Did you
Uh-huh.
say that Cypress can be used to test Angular and Node.js frameworks?
Yes, Angular based application and React based application, preferably.
And also JavaScript, right?
Yes, JavaScript
Okay.
as well. Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I missed that part, that's why.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah. So this is yeah. So that's what it is used to automate it up. Okay. And yeah. So all the API automation also it is possible actually. But to come to your point, Sanjeev, like um, when you have an Angular and React based application, so most probably they support only REST. SOAP is not supported. But let me get back to you on the question at the end of the session whether SOAP is supported or not. Okay. But REST is supported actually. So REST APIs are supported. Yes, 100% we can automate it up. Okay. So that is about it. So now let's get deep dive into our session. So for quick slides actually. So what is Cypress? So that's what we have discussed now. So Cypress is a front-end automation tool, and then it is used to automate the web application and only your web application, so not your mobile application also. So some, but you can replicate the behavior of your mobile application. So that means say uh, you can use the dimensions of the mobile inside your Cypress, but not the real device itself, because when it comes to mobile application you need an APK and for Android and IPA for iOS in order to automate it, which is not possible in Cypress. Only the screen dimension can be changed and then you can verify the results. So why I'm specifically telling this one is like say sometimes there might be some like say what happens is like say uh, sometimes there will be like certain items which as a UI tester I would say UI tester you need to test on different resolutions and different platforms and check it for a web application. Okay, like say for example if you have visited your like say just a classic example atlantis.com. So okay, so I can ping you this website as well, just you can open it from your side as well. So if you go to this atlantis.com, so you can have different mobile versions. Okay, this is only like only a website based application, there is no app available for now. But what happens is like this website, they make sure it works as intended in all the screen resolutions. So the UI perspective, like say for example, if I go to my if I just right click over here and inspect it, and I go to over here, there is a small icon over here, toggle device toolbar. If I click it over here, you can see the page has been rendered to the dimension of a pixel 3 XL. Okay, and the same way I can do it for pixel 7. This is a mobile device resolution, iPhone XR. So I can give it. And for your iPad, how does it work? You can see the look and feel will be the same. Some people will also have, or like say, some organization will also have this feature of their application being used under a different screen resolution. So this way of usage only is possible with the help of Cypress, not the mobile real device application. Okay. Okay. So I think no doubts are there. So this is how basically your Cypress will be working. Okay. And Yes, and to come to the part of Cypress, so let's move on to the slides. So Cypress has a automate web application and validate an API as well. So when I say API, so by default, all the latest APIs are REST assured. Okay, so REST assured is a particular framework actually which is available, and SOAP UI, like basically Cypress has limited support actually. So that is a little tedious one because SOAP basically deals with your XMLs, whereas the rest dealing with the JSONs. Okay, so basically calling a SOAP service with the help of your Cypress is like a little tedious task actually. So basically they don't use it for your Cypress. So that is one thing. Okay. So that is one sad truth actually, but still you can try to use it actually. So not all the features in the SOAP is supported, but to a certain extent it can support it up. Okay, so it's just only a trial and error. We need to see it up if your application or if your API works under your SOAP. So we need to just give it a try and check it up, because I've not seen anyone using a SOAP with a Cypress, only a REST, but still we can just give it a try. Yeah, I think it should be possible partially, but not all the features, I would say. Yeah, okay. So I think that answers. I think someone asked, right? Yeah, Sanjeev. Yes. Does it support Chrome DevTool protocol like in Selenium 4? Yes. Yes, to answer it, yes. Actually, the Selenium borrowed this DevTool protocol only from Cypress, because Cypress has long been like you can use cy dot accept. Okay, so this is one of the feature available in Cypress where it's used to monitor the underlying traffic's monitor. So Selenium, I would say it has borrowed the feature from your Cypress, because Cypress has been holding this for quite a long time and they are the first to use it up. And then only like Selenium, only after the release of 4 version, I think it is available, but previously itself has it in its picture. Yeah, and as we discussed, like it's an open source tool, so we don't have any specific limitation of what we are going to be getting trained on. So like certain integration requires it, so I think like it should be sufficient actually. Yeah, and the latest release would be like say 13.x.x. So how can we know about this 13 version? Is like say you can go to like say documents change log. Okay, over here. So you can find the latest version available over here, 13.6.4. So this is the latest version available. Okay, which you can use it up. Okay, so that is the latest version. We'll also be checking into it. Okay, and the coding language that is supported, so it supports two coding languages. One is your JavaScript and your TypeScript. So we need to have an understanding of this programming language as well, JavaScript and your TypeScript. And when it comes to the competitors part, as we have discussed, like three major automation tools that has been used in our industry: Cypress, Playwright, and Selenium. So all are open source tool. The languages supported is going to be different. So Cypress is the only one which supports only two languages, JavaScript and TypeScript, and the rest of the thing will support almost all your uh, almost all your programming languages. And the editor that is being used, Cypress uses a VS Code and Playwright uses a VS Code IntelliJ. Selenium uses an Eclipse IntelliJ. And installation part, we have Cypress is nothing but your Node.js and npm. Uh, Through that way we can install it, and Playwright as well, Node and npm. But Selenium, we need a jar file, so we need a standalone jar file for it. And how does it work actually? So Cypress has a native runner actually. So that is what this runner I would say as an example. So this is a Cypress runner, and it uses a mocha and chai assertions to run it up. And Playwright has a Playwright test runner as well actually, so you can integrate it with vi test, jest, jasmine, mocha. So these are the things that is available to be integrated with the Playwright. But Selenium, you can see, like say it integrates with testng, JUnit, NUnit, XUnit as well, depending upon the programming language. And browser support, so all the three items will support all the three browsers actually, so which is dominating the industry, which is Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft, and all these stuffs. Yes, Edge as well, to be more specific. Yeah. Okay, so this is about the pros and cons actually, or I would say like how the competitor looks to your Cypress. So more or less, it's on par with everyone actually, except for the programming languages. And for the installation part of your Cypress, so it's going to be happening via Node.js. So your laptop configuration is, we don't require any supercomputers, I would say. So anything like you have an i3 laptop or a Mac or anything should work fine. Okay, so there is no, like say, specifically as a platform available. Okay, so Windows and Mac supports. So Linux, I don't think so it supports actually, but you can have the runners. But as it is, you can develop it in a Windows and then you can run it on a Linux. It should work fine. Yeah. And also how to install it. The installation part needs something called a Node.js actually, so which we'll be separately seeing it in our topic as well. So Node.js as well. So this one you need to download it. So Windows, Mac, and Linux. I hope like maybe everyone is holding a Windows or a Mac actually. Mac, okay, okay, yep, yep, okay. So mostly it's like I would say Windows dominant. Yeah, no problem. We can install it in both ways as well. I can tell you in both the things as well. No problem. So Mac and Windows it supports. And yes, so there are three questions. So which all language does it support? I think the slide would have you could have checked it, like it supports two programming languages, JavaScript and TypeScript. And can we automate end-to-end mobile application like an example of e-commerce? No, no, the mobile application. That's what I told you cannot. It doesn't support it. Only the UI of a web application it will alter the dimension, but mobile application it doesn't support. Which is in more demand, Cypress or Playwright, and out of which one is easy to use? I've used both the things actually. Both are equally easier one only, so there is nothing much of a big difference I would say. So if you learn Cypress, Playwright would be easy. So if you learn Playwright, Cypress would be easy. So and again, make sure the programming language is JavaScript for Playwright, because Playwright supports multiple programming languages. And I would say there is no big code difference between a Cypress and a Playwright. So again, the Playwright has been influenced by Cypress. That's all I would say actually, because Playwright was developed by Microsoft and it came quite recently, most famous actually. But Cypress has been existing in industry for quite some time. So I would say like both are easy. I would both are very easy, so that's all I would tell. Okay, there is like say no pros and cons I would say, but both will be a very easier one. So if you learn either one, so like if you learn, as I mentioned before, if you learn Cypress, if you learn Cypress, Playwright should be easy, and if you learn Playwright, Cypress should be easy. So it's up to you, I would say. Yeah, it's a personal preference, I would say. So nothing much towards it. Yeah. So both are easier programming languages. And when you consider the programming language itself, JavaScript, it's like I would say it as you need to go with the flow with the JavaScript. So if you know a programming language in Java or a C sharp and you expect all the features from over there in JavaScript, I would say like it cannot happen like that, because JavaScript has a certain features which works only with it actually. And it's not a perfect programming language, I would say. JavaScript, it's more of a scripting language. So yeah, these are the considerations. Yep. Yeah, thanks. Sanjay. So this is about the installation part. So and these are the commands actually. So this is just to give an overview how simple is an installation. So there is no jar files or nothing. So you need an internet and that's it. It should work fine. Okay. So this we'll see it separately in installation part. And how does a Java Cypress works basically? So that's about like how does it work? Okay, so basically, as I told you, Node.js forms the crux of your Cypress. So inside your Node.js only we have your Cypress. So the Cypress has a proxy server, so which is makes your request and your response. So you go to your browser, okay. So and then we have Cypress test actually, okay. So it runs on the test. As you can see it over here in my desktops, I have something called a Cypress. So this is where I choose which browser I'm going to automate it. And again, the browser should be installed properly inside a C drive or uh, like say you can not because what happens is like your Cypress takes all the browsers which is installed inside your machine on a C drive. Okay, if it's a Mac within the user level application, and then only it populates the items that is available. Items when I refer it, the browsers that is available. For me, still I have the Firefox, but it's not recognized because I didn't install it as a proper one. So just I dragged and drop and then it worked. Okay, so that's the reason you don't see Firefox over here, but you can see it in my mission. So it picks up those browsers automatically, so you don't need to even mention it up. So only while running it, you need to mention which is the browser. That's it. And this is the dashboard part of it actually. So this we'll again see it up just to give you an overview actually. So this is the dashboard part, and these are the few of the projects available, I would say actually. So end-to-end testing specs available. Okay, so and these are the dashboard things. Through this way only it runs it up, and you can see I'm using a 13.6.4 and the Chrome version. So here also you can, if you unchecked it over here, that means in the previous screen. So this will be the first screen. If you don't select anything over here, you can also select it from here as well. So there shouldn't be any issues. Okay, so this should be working as intended. Yeah. So just to give you an overview actually how simple is it is and how this proxy works. So this is the exact behavior what you see in my slides, the same way it works. So it has this browser and the test runs over here. Okay, something like I'll put something like this. Your test runs over here. Okay, and it updates the proxy server in the Cypress. Simple as it is. Okay, so it's just interaction between your Cypress and your browser. Okay. It's a very simple integration, and what we are going to see about inside your Cypress, basically what it can automate. Text box, checkbox, radio button, tables, drop down, window handling, alerts and pop-ups, scrolling within a page, iframe, frame, file upload, download, and all these things. And what is the assertions and validations that we can keep it about? So we have like three assertions available: should, and expect. Okay, and this is how it will be exhibiting a sample code actually, I would say. So if you want to see a real code, it looks like something like this for a UI application. Okay, something like this. So let's not go deep into the code first day itself. So just I'm giving you an overview, how does it look like, the scripting looks like. So it's not as complex as Java with Selenium, it's just going to be a simple one.
Sorry to
Okay,
interrupt, Arvind.
so
I
yeah.
Hello. I
Ah,
have
yes, please. Yeah.
one little question. I mean, are we going to learn JavaScript or TypeScript? This is the first question, and the second question is, you have just explained that as far the assertion is concerned, we are going to learn should, and there are three assertion you have just shown. So
Yes.
I have just today I have checked in assertion in Cypress site. There are more than 30-35 assertion. I mean more than that. So uh,
Mhm.
what about that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that will be embedded over here actually. As you can see it over here, right? So this is just a sample actually. So inside that you can see like there is a lot of assertions available over here. Everything will be like say what and all we can cover it up, we can cover it over here. Yeah. So inside a should, this is one type of assertion, b dot visible. And similarly, you can have equals as well, eq. So you have a lot of items available. So it's only not limited to this one.
Okay,
So as you
and
can see it
the
like,
type is
yeah.
also available. Dot type, something like that.
Ah, yeah, type is available in order to if you want to give a type operation, like say if you give like say cy dot get, so this is a type of a locator we call it. If you give a dot, you can see there is something called a type available. So where you can input some values if there is a text box or auto suggest list or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. This is how it works. But we have a lot of features actually. So, but for validation or verification, usually we go with either of these three items actually, I would say should and an accept actually. So we'll be checking that one because when you see inside a should, I have almost like around like 50 assertions depending upon what feature we are check it out.
Okay.
And if you want to mention like say two assertions in one item, like say the item should be visible and item should be editable, then we go with should and actually. So
Hmm.
it goes
Okay.
builds up like that actually the scripting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so let's take a couple of questions. Sanjeev, which one is better, WebDriver IO or Cypress? Again, that split it up actually. So WebDriver IO, it has a couple of advantages. It can be integrated with framework which is already having Selenium. Then WebDriver IO would be a good option. So if not, we can go ahead with Cypress. Yeah. So both are equally, I would say, as a major one. Yeah. But
Yeah,
Cypress as a
and
tool, it's way better than. Yeah.
if
Yeah. Yes, please.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
I have not got the answer of the first question. I mean, are you going to use JavaScript or TypeScript?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be using JavaScript. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
That's yeah.
actually, the situation is I'm in a company where my company is using TypeScript, and they have required, they have asked all the manual tester to learn this Cypress with TypeScript. So, I mean, how we
Okay.
are
Okay.
to,
Okay. Okay. TypeScript. Actually, we can still use it, but I think like. Yeah, that is like everything like the JavaScript means everything is a .js, whereas TypeScript means it's everything is a .ts file, and
.ts,
there is
yeah.
yeah, and there is some slight modification, but this syllabus we have developed for JavaScript only actually, because TypeScript is not much of a demand when compared to JavaScript, so that's the reason we went on with the JavaScript one. Yeah, but we can still support it actually. So both the programming languages are almost the same, 90 percentage. So there is a 10 percentage difference. That's it. Yeah. So that is one thing
Okay.
available. Yes. Yeah. Because when we see the industry, right, like JavaScript is more popular one for automation with Cypress. So that's wherein we choose between this or that. Yeah. So that's one thing.
Okay.
And both used to automate Node.js and AngularJS. Yes, yes. Yeah, it's used to automate it up. Yes. And Ajay said, like, find. Yes, exactly. Find is also available. So, find is a kind of filtration from the get, I would say. Like, say, usually when we see this programming language, right? So I identify this particular locator over here. Then I use find. Okay, so it's going to be some type of advanced way. So where I can mention like from this checkbox, identify this another item, and then do an operation. So that is also available. Yes, it is also available. Yeah. And do we need to have prior knowledge on JavaScript or will it be learnt as part of this course? Yes, we are learning JavaScript as part of this course because we need some programming knowledge actually. So even though Cypress doesn't use many like say it doesn't use all the features of JavaScript, but it has a certain features like say adapted from JavaScript for that which you need to have a knowledge of JavaScript. So if you have gone through our syllabus point, right? So we have some 7, 8 sessions on JavaScript actually. So Cypress with Cypress Isha. Okay. So just a quick look, I would say actually over here. Okay, automation tool and Cypress. Okay, so this is available. Yes. So if you just scroll down it, the first topics for us would be your JavaScript. Okay, so that is like a major one. Yeah, we do have it up. Yes. Okay, so that to answer Vinod's question. Yeah. So prior knowledge is not required, so we can learn it in our session. So we have consolidated the syllabus in such a way we cover all parts of JavaScript because when you go to interview also like they will ask you some technical questions on your JavaScript, maybe a prime number or a odd even number, how the validation goes in. So you need to have some understanding on that. So that's the reason like we included your JavaScript. Okay, for reporting which plugin we use, so that's a Mocha Awesome. For reporting we use it up, and reporting Mocha Awesome we use it. That's to answer Sanjeev Singh. And to answer Riaz, will we learn how to make promise? Also, can we integrate database with Cypress and perform database validation? Yes, we can integrate database, but I would like to know like what type of database would you would be having it? So that's one more question. So that we can integrate it, no issues. How long the course is expected to end the class duration in a day? So it will be like 1 hour per day actually. So usually it starts with the current time. I think the 10 to 11 actually. So that will be the course duration, and it will be 35 hours. 30 hours they have mentioned, but 35 plus or minus. Yeah. Will we work on any project also? Yes, project actually. I have a particular project over here. So this is the link I have it. OWASP Juice Shop actually. So this you can take it and we can work on this one. So this is a demo website. And similarly, like we have like the Isha's website also. We can also still work on that one. Yeah, so that you can take it as a project. And can you please share the link of syllabus? Yes, let me put that on the syllabus. Let me put this on a WhatsApp chat actually. Yep, that's the syllabus point of view. Which automation framework we learn for? Okay, so that's a good question, Sanjay. Yes. So here in Cypress, we don't have a data-driven or keyword actually, or even a hybrid. So it has its own way of implementation. So we'll be learning a page object model, and which can be integrated with the data driven of its own type actually. And also like we have something called your cucumber integration with Cypress, so that also we'll be checking it up. So these two frameworks we'll be checking it. Yep. So in database, actually database connectivity is still not in the radar actually, but if you want I can try to say up and we can cover it. Yes, yes, that's for Mr. Yes. Yeah, we can still connect it. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem because I don't have any SQL connectivity or we don't have it in our syllabus, but still we can connect it. Okay, so maybe any other questions so far till now? Okay, fine. So yes, is there any morning class? Unfortunately, no, Rahul. There is no morning class at it is because there is a difference in timing between my location and India's location. So there is no morning timings as of now. Yeah, they didn't plan it yet. Right now. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on with the slides actually. So this is the session and the logs how we can print it up like you have system.out.println same way we have cy.log actually in Cypress and the terminologies that is used in Cypress which will be making you familiar with packet.json. Okay, and we have like say npm init and all these things are available, so these are the few terminologies that we'll be going to be familiar with. Yep. Okay, so this is all we have for our day one actually. So kind of a demo session where I've shown you like how does it exist and stuff. So we can have a Q&A. So already we saw a lot of questions, but anything like you want to discuss it, we can discuss it over here right now. Yeah, so it's forum for you. Do you have a list of interview questions to prepare for Cypress? Yes, I do have it. So we do have JavaScript and Cypress as well. Document when you go Cypress docs. So we have a list of items as well. Cypress syllabus, questions on JavaScript, and all those stuff available. And also like additionally, one topic we have included is like accessibility testing. So I think like which is not mentioned inside the syllabus, but we'll be covering it as well. So we'll update it. The class after 10 p.m. around 10:30. Uh, Maybe that we need to check it with Mr. Kumar actually. So just I projected the slide again. So just you can check base with him on that. Yeah. So I understand it. Yeah. The client call is there. Completely understand it. But for now they scheduled it from 10 to 11 actually. Let's see. Just have a chat with Mr. Kumar actually. So he can help you out. Yeah.
So, Arvind, I'm very sorry. I just
Oh, no
wanted
problem.
to
No problem.
interrupt you once again.
Yeah.
Is there any way? I mean, because I have to go for the TypeScript. So, is there any way if I'm going for this course, if I learn this at
Mhm.
JavaScript, so how I can relate the JavaScript to TypeScript? I'm just a little bit concerned about that.
Mm, uh, uh, Maybe what I could do on that part is like say maybe I can just do a comparison during our session and I can tell you, yeah, so that we can do about that one. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely we can do a comparison.
that would be
Yeah,
great. Thank you, Arvind. Yeah.
yeah, sure. And will you share the recordings of daily lectures? Yes, the daily lectures will be shared actually, but one day afterwards actually. So today it's like almost like in India it should be around 11 o'clock I think. So you need to wait for a day. So tomorrow morning, early morning, as soon as around like 8, 9 or 10 max, it will be shared. Yeah. And Git integration, yes, definitely it is covered. Actually, Git integration is covered. So how to commit a code, how to create a repository, so everything it will be covered. Code included to create pipeline on a Jenkins or GCP. Yeah, it's on Jenkins actually. So we didn't touch base the cloud part yet actually, but there is a plan, so we'll need to wait for the upcoming sessions actually. So Jenkins is a big yes actually to Sanjeev, and also we have it in the Docker as well, how to execute the scripts in Docker, so that we teach it up. But GitLab is also in pipeline actually, but maybe not this session I would say, but maybe for the upcoming sessions. Yeah, still it's on the preparation process. Yeah. Yes, API testing is included. Yes, definitely. Yes, Pratisha, that's for you. Yeah. So XHR and API testing both are included. Yes.
Will we get lifetime access of that videos?
Yeah. It will be like once you enroll to the course, right? So you need to give they'll be uploading it in a YouTube, and that YouTube will have all our videos playlists, so you can access it. Yeah. So you need to share
Okay.
your YouTube, sorry, the
Email
Gmail
ID.
account. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, and it will be within your private sector. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, Jira integration. Yep, thank you. Sorry for that. Yeah, Jira integration, we don't do it for now because we need some licenses. So we make it still open source. Yeah, Jira integration, we don't do it for now. Yeah. Okay, so if that's all the questions, maybe we can have a wrap up for the day, and hope to meet you all tomorrow as well for the starting of session. And it's going to be a quite interactive one, so hope to see you all tomorrow as well. Yeah, have a great evening and a good night. Yeah, thank you all.